Mike here from Art of Alpha. Today we're talking a little bit about Daygame. What is Daygame? It's essentially the ability to talk to people or meet women during the day at malls, grocery stores, on the street, anywhere other than bars, clubs, or what would be considered the traditional place to meet people. Bars, clubs, social circle, through friends. It's the ability to be able to go up to someone, be charismatic, be empathetic, understand kind of how they feel, and be able to have a conversation, get her number, or go on a date right then. It's taking advantage of the opportunity that presents itself. You sometimes only have one chance. You might never see that person ever again. So you can't just rely on Bumble or Tinder or Hinge or work to meet someone. You have an opportunity. A girl walks by you on the street, you see a girl at the grocery store. You have the ability now through Daygame, which just means being more charismatic, being more social, being more outgoing. You have the ability to go up to her, start a conversation, and go on a date. Why do most guys not do that? Why are people scared? Because there's a thing called approach anxiety. Or you care what other people think, you care other people are looking at you, other people see you, so most of the time you don't do anything. And it is scary. It's something that you have to practice, something you have to learn. So Daygame is a skill. It's a skill set. It's a way you become more comfortable with yourself, you become more comfortable understanding people, understanding interactions, you become more socially aware. And Daygame takes a lot of failure. So you have to fail, you have to get rejected a lot, you have to be okay with that to get the success. So it's high risk, high reward, but it's definitely worth it. Best dates I've ever been on have been through Daygame. Just seeing someone on the street, you go up and, because once you start that interaction, you already have a dynamic of, she knows that you're a confident guy because you went up and started the conversation when most people don't. There's been so many times I've gone up and started a conversation with a girl, then she says, wow, you're so brave. That was so brave, and most people don't do that. So right away, when you go on a date, you have that dynamic that you were the one guy that was able to go up and talk to her. You're not drunk, you're not at a bar, not at a club, you didn't meet her through work. You saw her, started a conversation, and not only are you giving yourself an opportunity to meet someone, you're giving the girl, maybe she's looking for someone, she hasn't met anyone yet. Now you're not only having yourself benefit from this, but also she now can go on a date with a cool guy like yourself because you had the courage to do it. So Daygame is very beneficial. It's a skill though. You have to get good, or you have to practice to get good, because you can't just go do one approach, go talk to one girl, and then say, oh, it didn't work, or it didn't go well. You're gonna get a lot of awkwardness, like awkward conversations, awkward moments, but that's part of the fun. So you want it to be fun, and the best thing about Daygame is that it builds your confidence, builds your self-esteem, and it eliminates neediness. So a lot of times, guys that get dates from Bumble or Tinder, they're needy because they get maybe one match and they go on one date. And I used to do the same thing. Maybe you have done the same thing too. You go on a date and you say, oh, I finally got a date with this girl and I can't ruin it. I don't want it to go bad. I need her to like me, so I'm gonna be so nice. I'm gonna be the nicest guy ever. And I'm gonna text her all the time and be super nice. And then what happens? She gets turned off because you're being too needy, too desperate. But what Daygame does is in your head, you have the potential to meet anyone. Anytime you see someone on the street, in the mall, walking around, you have the ability, because you've practiced Daygame, to go up and meet someone and get a date. So you know that potential is there. So that way you're not as needy. You're not coming from this place of, oh, I can't get dates and I'm not getting matches. If I get this one girl, then I need to hold on to her because I'm not going to find anyone else. No, with Daygame, you pretty much eliminate that. You become more confident, more socially aware, more charismatic. You're okay with rejection, which rejection actually builds your confidence. You might think, oh, I got rejected, so now I feel bad about myself. But no, you might for a second, but in the long run, you go, wow, I did that. I took a chance, and it was because I wanted to do something and I did it. So you build your feeling of yourself, your self-esteem goes up because of the rejection. So over time, little tweaks, little adjustments, little changes, you get better and better at it, and it becomes a skill that you get really good at. So if you're not doing Daygame, I would highly recommend it. Go talk to people, meet people on the street. If you want to find a girlfriend, then you need to be everywhere, which means do some daytime stuff at the mall, the street, take advantage of the Daygame. Also be on dating apps. You want to use everything in all the resources that you have that are allowed, like the dating apps, Daygame, and then events, social circle, everything to try to find a girlfriend. You don't want to just rely on Bumble or Tinder, because then it makes it a lot harder. You want to be everywhere, so do everything. But Daygame, the best dates I've ever had have been through Daygame, so I highly recommend. The more people you approach, the more girls you talk to, the better chance you have to find a cool girlfriend. So if you want coaching to learn how to do that, to learn how to approach women in the street during the day, build that skill set and become more confident, then send me a message I'll leave my email down below. Send me a message there. We can do in-person coaching in Boston or New York, or we can also do phone coaching. Also, I can help you with building your confidence, building your self-esteem, being able to get over approach anxiety, which was my biggest problem forever. I used to be terrified of approaching. And if you're going through the same thing, definitely message me, because I've been through probably the worst approach anxiety ever, as my new panels fall off the wall. But yeah, so definitely send me a message, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.